You alright, guys? So the past few weeks, a few people have messaged me on Facebook. I mean, they haven't been asking anything cheeky or anything, and I really don't mind if you message me. I don't mind helping out anyone, but it's all just been the same question, really. So I thought, I'd just make a video just to cover this question that a lot of people have been asking. That question is, I've just been wanting to know, what lure's best in what situation, what colour's best, when should I use what colour. Apparently they've been out fishing for a few weeks, had no luck, and they just wanted to know if it's something to do with the lure or anything, and what colour's best and what would I use for their situation. And the short answer is basically there's no special magical colour. All colours work in the right conditions, really. But I'll make a quick video today, just go over some points about what I'd use and when I'd use it. Hopefully it might help you out. So first of all, we'll get into a bit of common sense, really. So obviously, when would I use it weather-wise? So start off common sense. Sunny days. Sunny days, I'd use something bright and shiny. So like a spinner or Western Swim, nice and shiny there. I mean, just look at that. When the sun hits it, so my computer monitors the sun, it'll bring in that nice shine there. You see the glow around it as well. So you bring it in like that. Pike's here. You're like the POV shot of the pike, really. So it's coming in like that, and then you do the crank turn. You see that nice shine, and it comes back. It comes around, obviously, towards you, and shines that way. You're getting all the shine as well, so send that to sun, all the shine. And obviously, yeah, you see that, that's going to attract pike. What else would I run? So I'd whack that on a sunny day, obviously. Savage Gear Shine Glider, another one I put on a sunny day. Like I said, it's the same concept. It's coming in towards you, and then the glide. There we go, look at that shine in the sun. That really stands out. So obviously, once again, you'd use that, make it stand out a bit more. Yeah. Savage Gear Land Through Roach as well. I mean, the roach, it's a natural silverfish anyway. So obviously, it's got a bit of a shine to it on the sun. So yeah, and that's what they're looking for anyway. So may as well give them something that looks realistic and shiny in the weather when they can see it better. So that's an example of what I'd put on in obviously sunny weather. What about cloudy weather? Well, actually, in cloudy days, the UV light is stronger. So UV light, it's like we can't see it with our eyes, but obviously it's light. Fish can see UV light, and it just brings out colours more, if you know what I mean. It's like makes them brighter. So obviously, bright lures like fluorescent lures, such as your fire tigers, like the Savage Gear V2 foreplay in fire tiger pattern, or the Land Through Trout fire tiger pattern. They're going to be incredibly more bright on a cloudy day. Obviously the UV lights are going to hit it, and it's going to make them a lot more brighter in the water. If you can see the lights hitting it there, and they just look fluorescent. That just stands out more to pike. They see that, and obviously it stands out more in the water. So that'd be good for cloudy days and also dark water. So yeah, dark water, whack a fire tiger on, cloudy days, fluorescent colour on. So recap: sunny days, shiny lure; cloudy days, fluorescent bright lures. The more bright on cloudy days, the fluorescent lures. So get one of them on, I recommend. So next, obviously we covered that. I want to go on to the next part. So I'll talk about, like the type of water. So what lures work best in what type of water. So basically, there's a few different types of water. Learn your water first of all. Learn what the bottom's like. Learn what the water clarity is like. Clarity is like how clear the water is, basically. So you get really dark water, really clear. You get some that's like gin, even like crystal clear water. But yeah, so three I can think off the top of my head. Say like clay or silt Obviously, when it's been raining, that can run off the rivers. It stirs up all the silt and clay at the bottom, and it makes it like murky, brown, dark water. For dark waters, people obviously think, oh, straight away, oh, bright lure, bright lure. It'll stand out. I'd whack or put on a fire target colour. It'll stand right out in the water. But that's not always the case. Obviously, believe it or not, in brown water, murky water, actually dark lures work really effective. So black, and honestly what I'd go for is Mike the Pike, quite a dark lure. So that's a consideration. Or the hard eel. It's got a dark top, black top. They work good in murky water. So if it's like murky and clear, get a dark lure on for those thingies. If it's like, been raining a lot and all the bottom's stirred up and the water looks brown or like the colour of tea or chocolate, get a dark lure on and increase your chances. Second of all, other waters such as lakes, ponds, they become covered in algae, like green moss thing. That also it comes mostly in the summer, because of more light, more sun, extra sunlight making it grow. Human activity, bacteria, people swimming in lakes, ponds, whatsoever, swimming in the summer, creates algae from bacteria. It just stares at the water, really, makes it really green. I mean, obviously, some of you out there, you might have ponds in your back garden, ornamental fish, but if you've got like your filters broke, you'll know what I mean. It mosses up, it turns green, same with fish tanks. And basically, what I find best in those situations is to use, obviously, a two-toned lure, a lure that's two colours. So I haven't got, what I wanted to talk about, I haven't got an example. Well, I do, but not for this. Get like a hybrid lure. My advice is get a hybrid lure, one you can change the head and body, like, hybrid pikes. So, get a bit of contrast going. So, take the tail off this one. Yellow tail. So look at that. That's contrast. So obviously, use a two-tone lure. The fish can spot the contrast in all the green. So obviously that looks out of place. That's contrast, and the fish will be attracted to that in algae-stained water. So if it's green, take my advice. Get something like this, two-toned, and increase your chances in algae-stained water, such as ponds and lakes. Last thing, tannic acid. Trees and that can cause influx of tannic acid in the water. So, makes the water brown. Acid in water, it makes it brown. So once again, it's the same as like the stirred up clear water. The tannic acid, it's, you know what I mean. It's like, it's not always clear. It's like slightly stained the water, but it's not from the bottom being murked up. It's just naturally brown. So for that, I'd use a dark colour lure. Something that's not bright, something that's more dull. So once again, like Mike the Pike or hard eel and colour like that, just colours like that, dark colours. Dark, not black, because black does work best for the murky waters, but for brown water, especially use dark lures. Anything that can cast a silhouette, because pikes see silhouettes more. Don't know what it is. They just notice silhouettes. They see silhouettes better than we do. It's just the hunt through shapes and vibrations. So yeah, try and get a dark coloured lure on there if the water's a bit dark or brownish. So yeah, the final thing I want to talk about is it's just like water depth. The people have also asked me, what colours work best in water depth? What's best? Well, to be honest, someone actually did a study of this, and they found out for light absorption, they call it. Obviously, lure colours, which obviously our eyes we're seeing, obviously, like the 7 colours: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Oh, then we see those colours. But certain, obviously with light reflection, we see certain colours disappear when they lose light before others, if you know what I mean. So if you're going through the depths and it's getting less sunlight, less colours become visible in that spectrum. So obviously shallow waters compared to deep waters, I'll just go through now. So the first colour that loses visibility is red. Red's the first colour to go. It goes after loses visibility about 10-20 feet down depth. So say that the red on that, the PM Lewis Ziggy, that red will not be visible after about 20 foot. That would just vanish. So I'd recommend using a red lure in about up to 20 foot water, about shallow water, a few feet deep. Use red. Same goes for orange. Like people, they think, oh, orange stands out. Orange, I can fish really deep, and obviously, because it will stand out more. But that's not always the case. Orange, actually, that vanishes around 30 feet. So say line through trout, albino, squish bait, candy corn. They won't be visible through 30 feet. The orange just won't be visible through 30 feet water. So once again, I'd use them between shallow to medium depth water. It's up to about 30 feet. However you wish, really. I mean, unless you're fishing like gigantic lakes, I don't think you'll find any water that's about 50 foot at most. But yeah, something to keep in mind, really. You never know. You're all about, you can fish deep waters if you want to. Next is yellow. Yellow lures, such as this albino pike, hybrid pike, they've got about 60 foot, so you can fish these a bit deeper and still be visible. So once again, the colours disappear about 60 foot, the yellow one. So obviously I'd use hybrid pike in about 60 foot depths. Like deeper waters, you get away with using yellow colours. So yeah, up to 60 foot. Next is green. So come on up again, 4-player V2, nice bright green. That goes up to 70 foot. 70 foot. In the study, it showed that this was visible up to 70 foot. So you can fish this in really, really, really deep water, and obviously it'll still be visible. So this for extremely deeply water. Next was blue. Blue, Western Swim. That's visible up to 90 foot. Blue, and the colour spectrum without sunlight. Blue is the next one, up to 90 feet visibility still without sunlight. Deep. So yeah, you can fish that in really, really, really deep waters. It's also got some black on the top, which will help to stand out more. So that in extremely dark waters. And finally, in the study, black, like pure black, was the #1 colour. That went visibility of 100 feet. So, if you're fishing like insanely deep waters, use a black lure. But for your I'd say for your standard rivers, ponds, lakes, wherever you're fishing, just use red natural or green, up to green. You can use any colour really, but you don't really. Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't use red lure in like extremely deep waters, but yeah, they'll still work. It's just a bit of science. I thought it'd be a bit of fun and interesting to share with you. So yeah, that's what I'd use. I wouldn't use something extremely bright in very shallow water. I'd try to go a bit natural, it'll depend on the water clarity. But yeah, so I'll wrap this up by saying, obviously, just learn your water. Most importantly, I'd learn the bottom. So obviously, if it rains and stares it up, you know what you're dealing with. And hopefully this video has helped, and hopefully you have a good one and you put these tips to the test. So yeah, see you in the next video.